Good afternoon, Hillcrest family, and all who are watching. We'd like to welcome you to another edition of our YouTube Live virtual series sessions. For today's segment, we're going to go stick with the full swing still, but work on an individual part of the full swing, a specific part of the full swing, that being the driver here, and also some woods too, some fairway woods, the longer clubs in your bag. So thank you guys for being here. As we always say, if you watch this afterhand, not while we're live, you miss out on the live interactive questions. Feel free to email us or give us a call regarding anything we go over today. Be interactive, be asking questions. It's a great way for us to help you out in live time. That's why this is a great platform. So let's have some fun and get after it. First order of business is I'm going to lower this just a tad. Okay, so earlier we had Mark going over weight transfer and lag, two extremely key components of the full swing and the golf swing. And both those go hand in hand for creating more power. As he mentioned in his live video earlier, get a lot of questions, mainly I'd say every 9 out of 10 lesson. I want to hit it farther. I want to get more power. And what he touched on earlier are great and necessary ways to obtaining and getting more power. And with that, we'll kind of show you how to use that power, use that lag, and use all your newfound ideas to help you hit the long ball, help you hit the 3-wood off the ground, help you hit the driver up in the air and 20 yards further. I think that's almost every golfer's goal, is to get longer off the tee. And that's something where I have luckily been in a great circumstance to be able to hit the golf ball farther. So I think I'm well qualified to teach this aspect of it. So we're going to start off with kind of the weight thought and just the pre-driver thoughts. A lot can go in your head pre-swing. Where should my head be? Where should my hands be? Where should my weight be? And you're kind of already psyching yourself out before we're even getting going with the swing. I'm going to lower this just a tad. Okay, so with the driver, or actually, yes, we'll start with the driver. With the driver here, setup is key. Setup is going to get you off to the correct start and give you a chance for success, and give you a chance to hit far and straight just like you want to. So if you had a chance to watch the stance and setup video I did a few days ago, you know that I touched on flaring your left foot at address, which means you get set up here and you're making your stance. Both of my toes right now are pointing straight ahead. Okay, that's totally okay. That's fine if that's how you swing. But what we're going to work on next is something that's going to help turn a little easier. It's going to help use a benchmark for where you put the ball, and it's going to overall, I think, make the stance a little more comfortable. So let's start with how we want to get set up for that driver and how I want to set with that left foot. I think a great setup tool is to get the ball. The ball is right here on my left foot. You can't really see it, but to get the ball positioned first with your feet together. So right now, the ball is just inside of my left foot and my feet are together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flare this left foot, flare it out about 45 degrees here. Awesome. Flare it out about 45 degrees and then take a big step with my right foot, okay? Flip that if you're a left-hander, obviously. So what I just did there is get in my driver stance. Obviously, this is not a stance that I do for every shot, for a wedge, a 7-iron. I'm not here. I'm not flaring and then taking that step. That's only for your longer clubs, your woods, your driver. That's just something that I've used that I've found helpful to get me in that proper width with my feet and also get my left foot flared properly to where that ball's going off my left heel. So again, we're together like a statue. We're going to flare that left foot, and then I'm going to take one step back. And now I feel like I'm ready to hit a driver. I'm in that good stance. I'm wide. I'm sound. I got a good base. That ball's just off that left heel. And stance-wise, I'm ready to hit a driver. Now let's talk about mentally. Am I ready to hit a driver? I think the biggest thing we see with people that want to hit the driver far is they just swing too dang hard. They swing with their arms. They want to get. They're in a hurry. They're excited, and they just want all their momentum to smash that golf ball down there. It comes in pieces. We got to do the proper steps to be able to load up that power, load up that momentum, and use it properly to get you the most beneficial tee shot. So now we got that stance down. We're going to talk about our chest and our head and our weight distribution, okay? So Mark talked earlier on the transfer of weight in a golf swing. So for most of the clubs, we are here in the solo stance. Our weight's on our front foot, our lead side, and we go left, right on our backswing to load up, and then left on the way through. So it's kind of like a little dance move. Left, right, left. With the driver, we're going to kind of steer away from that thought process just a little bit. There's not as much left going on to start with the driver as there is with all the other clubs in your bag besides your 3-wood and your woods. This is going to be right to start, and then it's going to move right into right, meaning right weight on your right side or left side if you're lefty. So instead of having your weight 85% on your front foot to start, we're going to have your weight back. With the driver, it's flips what you think about hitting a golf ball from your irons. With your irons and your wedges, it's all about having your chest and your body in front of your hands, in front of the club at impact. That is the correct. Besides the driver, we want to be back behind it. And I know it's tough and I know it's the worst that all clubs aren't the same. We all can't have the same thought process from wedges up. And that's why we're here to help. We're here to help to delineate the two and let you know what you need to think for which club. So for the driver, we're going to think of starting on your right side and staying on your right side until the very end. So there's no transfer from left, right, left. All we're going to be is right, 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 and then left as we finish on that lead side, as we are with every club. So we have that wide stance. We got that ball just off that left foot. That's also a little flared. Going to help me rotate a little easier. I mean, just take a second. I hate to jump back to the feet, but just take a second and put your foot straight and then try and turn like this, and then just flare it a tad and then try and turn. You can feel that restriction is no longer as intense as it was when my toes just 45 degrees inward. So that's why I touch a lot on that lead foot and where it's stationed, because it can allow you to do a lot of things. Okay, so back into the weight. I apologize. We're going to have about 80% of our weight on our back to start, and it's going to stay there through the swing. With the driver, it's backwards thinking from having our weight be forward to wanting our weight to be back behind the ball at impact, okay? Irons, there's so much loft on that face that we don't need any help to get that ball in the air. We hit down with those clubs to hit that ball in the air, which is kind of backwards. With the driver, this is something we cannot hit down with. We want to catch this ball going up, okay? With the irons, it's all about having that shaft lean and having this kind of impact position with your club. With your driver and your woods, you want to catch those going up because there's such little loft on this face here. We want to do all we can to help get that ball in the air. So for those of you who hit a really low driver, it's just a low stinger, it runs a lot, this is going to be a great tip for you to help you get that ball upward and launch it at a higher angle for you. So having our weight back is going to help us not get steep and on top of that driver at impact, because we're just going to stay locked and loaded from the start of the swing until the very end of the swing, okay? So our weight's about 85% on that back foot, 80%, somewhere in that range. And here's a little thing that I like to use it because a great used it. Jack Nicklaus. If you see any videos of him in his days, he makes a little head turn with his in a proper spot to have your head at impact. So with the regular club, you want your head over the ball, lined up, looking right at it. With the driver, we want our head back a tad because at impact, I want to be back a tad. So all I'm going to do is just move my head and get my head in the spot to where I want it, so I don't have to do any movements with my head during my swing. Moving your head during your swing is one of the biggest no-nos, I think, across every golf instructor's platforms are keeping that head quiet and not letting that head do too much. So all we're going to do is with that body, with that weight back, we're going to get that head back a little bit. And what that should do is turn that chest back a little bit too. A lot of people with their drivers, they're gonna have their hands forward and they're kind of set up a little open. So I don't know if you can see me, but my right, we'll go this way. Open meaning my shoulder is, or my chest is open to my target. So open is here. I'm aiming right at the camera here, and my chest is open, and I think that I'm ready to hit this driver a long way, and I'm exposing most of my chest. With this head tilt back, and with that chest tilt back, that's going to get my body and head in the correct position for where on my backswing, I'm already there and I'm already stacked on this backside. If I were to be over the golf ball, head straight, no weight, I would have to move back there and potentially cause some sliding. I know Mark talked about sliding and rotating and turning, and a lot of times that we see people thinking they're turning with their driver, they're sliding to get back there to try and build that momentum and then unleash it, okay? We're just going to get that energy on this backside with this head being back, chest being back, weight being back. This is going to just store all that energy and load it up for my backswing to unleash on my takeaway instead of moving my weight back there and losing that stored energy. I think the proper term is kinetic, but I'm not sure. We'll just so we're going to use that stored energy and just hold it and grow it instead of having so many moving parts with that driver swing, okay? So we got that great stance, that left foot's flared, my weight's on my backside. I'm going to show you my little head turn here. My head's straight. I'm going to turn it, and that subsequently turn my chest just a fraction, okay? We don't even want to have a closed setup with our chest, but we definitely don't want to open one. So we want to get your chest and your shoulders down your feet line. I think if we all took a second on our drivers and checked to see where our chest was compared to our feet line, we'd be kind of surprised. It's something that I see and point out a lot on my lessons, and they have no idea. So that's a great way to check to see if you hit a big slice or a pull. I think a great starting point to look is with your chest and see where that's lined up with your driver. So we got that proper stance, that wide base, my head's turned, my weight's back, and now we're going to talk about the takeaway. I hate to beat a dead horse here, but I'm going to kind of piggyback what I talked about in my last one with the chest taking it away. The driver should be the most patient takeaway, meaning you shouldn't be in a hurry or excited to get back there and hit it 300 yards. I know a lot of you are, but we got to take it down and reel it back a notch and make sure our chest is taking it away and we're getting a nice, proper turn away from the ball instead of any of our small muscles, being our arms, being the first thing to go up. Mark talked about what happens if the arms go up first, outward, or back first, inward, the cause and effect of what happens to that. All that stuff is amplified with the driver. A lot of these swing thoughts are imperative, but the driver is, I feel like, is your club with the least margin of mistake. So any miss you have with a take away outside all arms or take away inside all arms or not using your chest is just going to be magnified with a driver, and those misses are going to be even worse. So a patient takeaway is key, and I want you to feel like you're swinging around your body like this, okay? I don't want you to feel like you have a very upright swing at all with your driver. The driver should be, out of any of your clubs, coming in the most shallow, meaning most parallel to the surface. Steep is coming in at attack angle with the club looking like this, okay? It's coming in and it's steep, it's upward, and I don't have much room for air, and I don't have much room to get it up in the air at all. With your driver, we want it to come in shallow, okay? As close to parallel as that ground as possible, because that's going to help us get it in the air the best, okay? So that feeling of swinging around your body, this kind of thought is huge with the driver. That's kind of my takeaway thought, is around instead of anywhere of picking up early and getting here. I want to get my chest back, my weight back, and I want to get nice and shallow with that takeaway, okay? So the takeaway is a huge part with this whole entire driver swing and getting yourself set up for success. I know when I have a tough time hitting the driver, I've asked Brett or Mark, I'll shoot them a text and saying, what the heck, I'm having this certain kind of miss, what's going on? And mainly each time they'll say, take it back slower. Take it back slower and set yourself up for success. And that's what I'm asking all you guys to do, is don't get in a hurry, okay? Take it back, load up. Your weight should already be back. My head's back, my chest's back. Load up and get ready to make a powerful but sustainable and within yourself downswing, okay? We're not going to get out of control, but you're setting yourself up for the most powerful swing you can make, okay? All righty, now we'll go to the top of the swing. All righty, the chest is going to take away with that wide stance. My head's back. My chest is not open. It's going to come with my head a tad. I'm taking it back slow and shallow and around. I'm not getting up with my arms. I'm letting that chest take it back. They're going to hand off my arms going up, and I've rotated as much as I can, okay? I've hit my peak rotation. I'm not going to rotate anymore. Another humongous common mistake is people want to swing much farther to try and create longer length. Same thing Mark was talking about earlier, okay? As long as you've made a full rotation and you have your weight on your backside and you've got that stored energy, you don't need to go any further back than parallel ever, okay? If you were to watch the tour nowadays and you see most of the long hitters, you will not see one of them go past parallel, because the John Daly's of the world are no more. You don't need that length of a swing to hit the ball far. He was the first person to kind of have that length with that kind of swing, so everyone kind of related the two. As long as you've stored your energy correctly and you are patient and your timing is good, you're going to see the ball go far, okay? All righty, now here's a great segue into timing. We're at the top of the swing, okay? Top of the swing, I'm feeling like I'm around. I'm getting here instead of up. My arms are up over my shoulder. My weight's back. I'm stored. My head's back. It hasn't moved, besides to talk to you guys. And now I want to hit that ball 300 yards. I think the most important thing with this downswing is timing. Timing with any club is important, but like I was saying, timing with the driver or any mistake with the driver is going to be magnified. And timing you can get away with your other clubs, not having the best timing. But with your driver, if your chest and your arms aren't timed up and synced up at impact, we're going to see all sorts of shot. So we want to have a swing thought for that way down is, okay, I'm here. What do I do to maximize my timing, to make sure that my chest and my arms are there together? Just going back to Mark's previous live session and my live session on Sunday. having a swing thought to get something else accelerated besides your arms first is imperative. And here's something that I use for my driver swing thought that helps me start my downswing and get my timing matched up. What I'm going to use here is a medicine ball. I stole this from the wellness center. Sorry, Travis. But what I'm going to do is put it between my legs right here. And I'm going to keep this medicine ball between my legs from the very start of my swing up until I hit that golf ball. Up until I start my downswing. Sorry about that. When I start my downswing, I want to open up my chest and my left side and start to get here. And to do that, I'm going to let my left leg kind of start that charge. So I'm going to create a little bit of separation. You see that? By just kind of opening up to the left, I'm going to separate and create a bigger gap between my legs here. And hopefully we'll see this medicine ball fall right when I start my downswing to here. I want to see that medicine ball drop, okay? Okay, so we got that flared left foot, got that wide stance, take back good. It was kind of something before, we'll do it one more time. But the goal is to let that left side get a head start and to let, oh, I slipped it again. Okay. Backswing. See that? You see how it fell right when I started my downswing? That's a good swing thought to have for you guys in the range. You don't need a medicine ball, but in your mind, just think, okay, I'm trying to drop that medicine ball, meaning I'm trying to get my left side and my chest going before my hands get excited and want to get down the ball and hit 300 yards. We got to start working this left side first and let this side expose or start that energy we built up and start to unleash that, not let our hands and our arms, our small muscles, want to start that charge and unleash that energy for us, okay? So that's, I'm sorry we didn't have time to get to our woods today. Those are all my thoughts and all of, I think a lot of people hit the golf ball far with their driver and well with the driver. A lot of the thoughts are on a similar plane as mine. The biggest thing is setting yourself up for success and making sure we understand weight distribution and loading that up and not having to move your energy around mid-swing, but storing your energy up mid-swing and then unleashing it at the very end. Taking it back is imperative to make sure we're not in a hurry. We don't need to swing fast to hit the ball far. I don't know if you guys have seen Rory McIlroy swing, but he swings like a metronome. And he's one of the hardest hitters or farthest hitters on tour because his timing is so good and he uses his body so well to get the most out of his golf swing. And then to start the downswing, guys, having a thought up here to get this accelerated first, or not, I don't want to say first like it's well ahead of the arms, but just to get this a head start, to get your left side working, to get your body working before we start to get those arms down to that golf ball. And so we'll hit one to end it off, but the last thing we'll talk about is that weight transfer. So we're here, we're dropping that medicine ball, I extend that left leg a bit, I'm getting back behind myself, I'm coming through, and now my weight, this is when the first time we move that weight from the back side now to our front side, okay? That stored energy we have built up from the start of our swing to now almost the finish. This is the first time we're going to move that energy, but only after we hit it, okay? So we still want to keep that head and that weight behind that ball at impact. I want to see my head that I tilted to start the swing. I want to see it in that same position at impact. And only once I hit that golf ball will my energy go to my left side, okay? So that setting up we did with our chest, our weight, our head, all that's going to stay the same up until that club face meets that golf ball. And then once that happens, then I'm going to let my energy come through like this. Okay? Okay, we'll see if we can put it all together real fast, and we'll wrap this thing up. I'm going to flare, big step. I got that benchmark on my left heel. I see I was almost a little open to start off. Then I kind of caught myself. My weight's back. I'm going to make a little head turn at the end. Let's get my head behind the golf ball. That's going to turn my shoulders. Slow takeaway. I want to feel around instead of up. We're going to shallow this. We're going to start off with a shallow club and end with a shallow club. Head back, chest back. I'm going to take it back slow. And then that's when, on that downswing, we open on the left side. That left side gets out of the way, and that stored energy, then I can release it. I'm not saying all you guys are going to hit as far as I do or swing that hard, but those mechanics and those steps will help you maximize your distance and get the most out of your driver, which is something I think that everyone watching this and that will watch this was wanting to achieve in their golf game. And if you don't, if you're satisfied with how far you hit it, then come talk to me. We'll have to come do a long drive contest. But thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. This is a great one for me. I had a lot of comments saying I should do this, so glad I finally could. Again, any questions you guys have watching this after the time is up, give us a call in the shop or email. Happy to help you out with any aspect of your golf game. Stay safe, stay healthy, guys, during these times, and we will see you guys on Wednesday with BK.